First up is this bottle right here. Pardon me, I've only played this game a few times. I don't know everything. First up is this bottle right here of what I don't know. First up is this bottle right here.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now we're going to take a look at the Jazwares Fortnite Drift. Finally, I've been waiting for this figure. Anyway, here are a few shots of the packaging. Front, back. Drift comes with quite a few accessories. They're killing it when it comes to accessories. First up is this bottle of something right here. I've only played the game a few times. I don't know everything. It has a little hole that you're supposed to plug into the thumb, and then you can somewhat grip the fingers around it. But yeah, that's as good as you're gonna get it. Next is this cube. Also a mystery to me. It does have a little hole right here, and there seems to be a nick right there, probably by design. I don't think that's a factory error. Much like other big accessories, you put the thumb in a little hole and then you put the other hand around it. He has two of these sickle weapons right here, nicely painted. Look at that. Gold down there, maroonish color right here with silver on both sides, silver on the base, gold. Nice. Chains almost look like it should be a nunchuck, but it's separate. It goes in the hand like this. You wrap the fingers around it, and he holds them shittily. I mean, you can get him holding it, but there's no type of ratchet, no type of peg in the hands, and any type of bump. And yeah, that shouldn't be a thing that happens, and it pisses me off. Same thing goes for these other weapons. I actually haven't tried this one yet because it looks weird, and that I already know that's probably going to get on my nerves. But here's this rifle right here. Silver here, silver there. That's about that as far as paint. Nicely detailed. A little tiny hole right there in the barrel. Let's see if this Black Widow effect. Nah, that's going to be too big. Yeah, it's like a pin size hole. Ah, damn it. But anywho, wrap the fingers around it. Put the trigger finger in there, and he does not have a good grip on that. Some of their weapons, they have a good grip. Let me put this little stock behind the arm. It's not a good grip. Frustrating. Now there's this rifle right here. And is this bent? I don't know. I think that's supposed to look like that. Looks kind of weird to me. There's no hole in this barrel. But yeah, camo paint on it. And let's try. This one might work better because the thumb and the finger need to be close together. So here you go. You usually get one weapon that they can grip really good, and this is it. And of course you can bring it over here, and the good thing about the opening fingers is you can get into poses like this. Right now that just came out because of the restrictiveness of this jacket right here. Then there's this accessory right here, this skateboard. It actually has rolling wheels, but the wheels seem to just be one solid plastic part. There's no like metal pin going through. They go through the peg hole right there, and it's a peg in his actual back underneath of the jacket. He has peg holes in the feet, so they go on. The foot doesn't go like all the way down on the peg, but it's up to you to come up with whatever pose you want with this guy. Maybe holding weapons. Definitely holding weapons. Or put his arms out, open the hands up. And this is the best thing about them having these opening hands, is like I said, the dynamic posing options. The last accessory, but there's really 2 more accessories, technically, but there's this jacket. Pliable material. Maybe it should be a little bit more pliable to make it more like fabric. It would have been nice if they could have gave us a fabric jacket, so it wouldn't have any like restrictions. Let me show you. I mean, the arms still move, like the ratchets in the shoulder. I'm trying to make sure I don't snap this thing's arms off. I mean, they are out, but what's making it look like they're not all the way out is it bunches up, of course, because of the thicker, more rigid material, since it's not soft goods. Let me make sure this is up. I guess that's as high as I'm going to be able to push it up, but you can move around in this to an extent, but just know that it's gonna bunch up. Like maybe putting the arms back isn't too much of a deal breaker, but trying to lift the arms up, it will look kind of weird. And you see how awesomely painted it is. It's not 100% crispy in all areas. There's a little bit of fade or going over the mark here or there, or black bleed from the black plastic underneath, but it's nice. And why I said that he technically has another accessory, this mask comes off, but they don't give you any other type of face to put on there. But other faces you might have, like Jonesy, will fit on there. And who is this? This is one of Havoc's faces, but the Havoc face has more of a tan than Jonesy. And I recently saw that face that should be under this. I looked up images of what he looks like, and it would have been cool to get that face. I don't know if that was supposed to be officially revealed or not, but just take this off. Basically, take it off like a jacket. Slide it down. And you have this whole design right here, which I really liked on the McFarlane figure. So I'm happy the jacket was removable so that you can get more posability out of him. Like, yeah, the arms can definitely go up higher than what I was able to get with that jacket on. You get this action right here, so that's a lot of butterfly. Normally they don't give them that much, but let me try to bend this way so that the hinge is right here. It still only comes forward that much. I'd have liked them to come in a little bit more, but getting them to go straight is good. The way they cut the hood, you can lift the head up and you can rotate it. Couldn't do that with the McFarlane, and I was suggesting they should have did something like this. I still might cut the McFarlane up. Because this is pliable, but it's not as pliable as that jacket. When you lift it up, you're kind of pushing force up to where the hood is connected to the top of his head. So I pushed the hood off, and you could see the bald head underneath of it. You can look down, and when you look down, you see that that's still covered up mostly. And let's let you see this. You can have this kind of look right here. He has the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The wrists actually go out and in on the hinge and rotate. Diaphragm movement, you get that much, side tilts, and of course rotate. And this is a cover, the cover of the joint that does rotate as well, but you don't, it doesn't really add any articulation because it's really just a post going down into a socket, and this is just a cover. I wish, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. I don't know if anybody watches my podcast channel, and I'm going to be doing the rest of the articulation while I'm saying this. But on the Figure Action podcast channel, link in the description. I have a link in the description of every one of my videos. We're going to be talking to the Jazwares team that and I believe one of the developers that actually puts these together. So definitely, before I stop talking to this person or these couple of people, I'm going to definitely mention, and I don't like the way this ankle pivot works. I hate that kind of ankle pivot where the peg goes down instead of at an angle. So it like twists weirdly. I mean, you could work with it, but I'm definitely going to mention that please stop using these hands. If they don't stop using these hands, at least give the pull out option so you can give them regular hands, because these things not holding the weapon sucks. And I would also suggest a more pliable material down here. Let me try to pop them in half. I've shown this off before, but it's been a while. This is what you're working with under here. Now, some of their figures, this little cutout right here is turned this way, so you get more sideways than forward. But look at that. If this was a softer, less thick, and this is a lot of plastic, I commend them for using all this plastic. But if this was a softer piece that was maybe connected down here, because you don't necessarily need this to rotate to turn him left and right, but you get where I'm going at. If it was a softer piece, look at all that ab crunch you'd be able to get. That would be awesome. I would friggin' love that. I tried to modify one of my figures by dremeling away at some of the plastic, and yeah, it wasn't really helping anything, to be honest. So it was like a waste of time. I could bring that forward a little bit more, but I could risk cutting all the way through and damaging it, so I'm not going to do that. And here is the Fortnite comparison. This guy, he comes with this thing, which is damn near solid plastic, very heavy for him to hold. It comes with this rifle and this back flare right there, but he doesn't come with a jacket, and this guy has him definitely beat as far as accessories. Here's what they look like. We see the stripe doesn't go all the way up, because I guess they're figuring you have that jacket on, but they knew people would be taking the jacket off, so they should have put the stripe all the way up. You see there's more paint right here. This guy is $5 more than this. Where the retails for $25, but good luck, because this guy was hard to find, and every time I look him up, he is way more expensive, so I might be able to make some money off him. But you see this is a brighter pink right there, but they have a lot of similar design cues. The McFarlane has way more paint details and whatnot, and the sculpt is pretty much better altogether. And he does have a softer or pliableness right here. But you can watch my review for him and Rex that I did. I have issues with him, like if you squeeze the legs, it pretty much just comes off. And that was a running problem with their first figures, and of course this design period. But his ankles, I think his ankles aren't too much of a problem like I had with some of the first McFarlane figures, and they also didn't sculpt in gun holding hands trigger fingers for whatever reason. I could cut that with an X-Acto knife, but I just haven't messed with that yet. But this guy holds his weapons better, but he does not have a separate head joint like I was mentioning, so it fights with you. He technically has way more head articulation. That's another issue that I'm going to bring up when I talk to them. I wish that it had some type of wiggle other than just the hinge up and down and rotation. The Jazwares Fortnite figures tend to be a little bit shorter than the other 6-inch action figure lines. Now you can fit right in with these Overwatch people. Like this is a taller Overwatch figure, and this is one of the shorter ones, and everybody isn't the same height. But looking at his design, he looks like a teenager, especially compared to Snake Eyes and Spider-Man right here. So you can fit them in easily with your 6-inch lines. At the end of the day, he's a really cool design. He has a ton of accessories and a ton of articulation. They just need to fix little things like that I complained about, like definitely these hands. I have clear rubber bands wrapped around his wrist because it started driving me crazy so much, and I put another one of them back here so he can hold that on his back. So yeah, they were driving me crazy so much I just said forget it and use the rubber bands because he can barely hold these. He can hold the guns a little tiny bit better, but they aren't perfect. I would like to see improvement on the ab section. A head tilt would be nice, like if the head was actually on a ball joint. I'm not even sure what they're on. It might be a disc up in there, but yeah, easier, more smoother head articulation, hands that hold the weapons, and a more pliable or more dynamic ab crunch. And these things would be super. I don't think I mentioned that he has a toe joint. If I didn't, here we go. But yeah, I like the figure at the end of the day. I just wish those things I complained about was better. Before I completely get out of here, in my Amazon associate page, I put up a little section with little things that you can do to spruce up with your action figures, like use these little rubber bands, or I have motorcycles in there, 1/12 scale motorcycles and whatnot, and other things like figure stands and display bases and whatnot. Check that link out. I'm going to put that in the description. There may be something in there that you would like to use, like these little lights right here, these LEDs. I'm not sure if I showed this off on my channel. I think I did this on Instagram, but put this down, grab a flame effect like this, and boom, instantly makes your pictures or video or whatever better, especially depending on your lighting. Anywho, thank y'all for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.